Beijing striking back today with a 125% tariff on all U.S. goods sold in China. This comes after President Trump placed a 145% tariff on Chinese imports. And now we're learning of a possible reprieve on certain products. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the latest from Washington.
Hey, Ike, as the U.S.-China trade war heats up, the Trump administration is exempting smartphones, laptops, and other electronics from its reciprocal tariffs. That's according to a bulletin posted by U.S. Customs Border Protection late Friday night. Now, those exemptions also include solar cells, flat panel TV displays, flash drives, computer processors, memory chips, and semiconductor-based storage devices. So this is some relief for big tech companies like Apple.
I'm tired. I haven't shaved. I look crazy as mess. But I gotta update people with this not so breaking news anymore because everything seems breaking right now. There's always a change. There's always something going on, especially in the financial markets. And let's just talk about the tariffs real quick. This is obviously not going to be a super edited video because, I don't have the time for it, especially if I'm trying to keep up with what's going on and every single little update that the U.S. is doing. Obviously, we've been putting tariffs on everybody. Then we decided not to put tariffs on everybody, except for China. Then we decided to up the tariffs on China, and then China retaliated, as they should, in my opinion. And then, now we're not putting tariffs on imported goods. Now, let me get to that real quick. We're not putting tariffs on electronics. Now, here's the thing with that, right? I'm okay with that, right? And I'm going to get into why I'm okay with that. But the thing that I don't understand is I thought that the U.S. was strong. I thought that they weren't going to back down or be intimidated when somebody says, okay, well, screw it. I'm going to give you retaliatory tariffs, right? But now we're seeing this whole 90-day thing because the markets were bad, I guess. And obviously that's not a good look for the president. And then, now it's this, right? Where it's like, okay, well, we were not expecting China to do that. And most of our GDP, at least from how I see it, right? When you also look at who was there at the president's inauguration, it was mainly tech people. They need China, right? Because a lot of your hardware is built over there. A lot of the chips are built over there, Taiwan, China, etc. So, they're just like, okay, well, dang, I guess we're just going to give up, but we're not going to say that we're giving up, right? What's odd to me is that, obviously, but when you think about the benefits of it all, outside of the politics and all of that other stuff, which I think, me personally, I think is crazy what we're doing, but what do I know, right? But if you're a crypto person, if you're invested into crypto, I'm going to tell you why I think that this is good. One, crypto is highly, correlated, right? Crypto is highly correlated to the stock market, specifically tech stock. Tech stock is going to rise. As soon as the markets hit Monday, you're going to see pumps for AMD, Nvidia, Apple, all of that stuff. Even software related tech is going to pop off. It's going to happen. You're already seeing that in the crypto market. I'm sure you're seeing that crypto has already gone up, right? Bitcoin, I think, at the recording of this video is like 85K. It's going to go up a little bit more as well. So that's what's going to happen, right? Your bags are going to increase. Will that last? It depends, right? I think, in my honest opinion, the U.S. is being really, really flip-floppy. They're saying that they want to do one thing because they want to bring back manufacturing jobs or whatever the case is. But then they're like, okay, well, dang, it's not actually working. So let me just stop this, which is just making the market go crazy. So who knows, right? What's going to happen? The second thing, if you're into crypto, is crypto mining, right? So now, because it's literally, I think it's all tech hardware, so computers, servers, obviously your phones and stuff like that. All of that is being excluded, out of those tariffs that were given to China. And to me, that means your ASICs, right? All of that crypto hardware that you buy from Bitmain, Gold Shell, Ice River, you name it, right? All of that stuff you can get now and not have to be in that whole group of it being tariffed. And that was a big issue. I know, me personally, I spoke to some suppliers and they're like, dang, we're not able to sell these right now. Like nobody's buying right now. But I think that's going to change as long as the US isn't flip floppy. Because imagine this, right? Granted, I'm saying that this is a good thing that's going on. But imagine we flip flop again and then, Trump and his team get heat for excluding this, which they won't. They won't get heat for this. But imagine they get heat from the people, and then they're like, okay, well, let's do this. Let's see what happens. Let's put the tariffs back on to electronics, and you buy something. And you're SOL, man. Like especially with some of these miners, like when you're buying overseas for miners, you're using USDT, and you're not getting a refund from these people. I mean, it's not gonna happen. I mean, we're dealing with crypto, right? You're not getting a refund. So just obviously take advantage while you can of the opportunity of electronics not being tariffed, but at the same time be realistic, right? Like it's flip floppy, so be careful. That's all I gotta say. And then in regards to the grand scheme of things, finance wise, just be careful.